can't see it on the screen. It's a warm, wintry day in January. I put a t-shirt on and thought, I'm probably going to need to put my coat on and my long sleeve, but apparently not, as I'm not that cold. Found a detour onto the moor, not one I usually go up, and we're still in communist Boris and Klaus's ridiculous lockdowns, anti-freedom. Dad's off to the hospital today. Hope no one treats him badly. Because we will not comply. The left in America, basically controlled by what came out of Germany, and still controlled by what's in Germany via the UN and the WEF. America's going crazy. They're just, even if the big guy leaves office, they're still going to have TDS for fucking ages, because Trump's just a guy. Trump didn't do anything at all. He's just a guy. And what he is to the left is what the left made him for the younger people who take on their mantle, which is Emmanuel Goldstein from 1984. They need to create a figure out of no one and put a face to that imaginary figure and get everyone to do the 2 minutes of hate every day. 2 minutes hate, although it's probably a lot more in terms of these far leftists. Over here I saw a cat on the moor last year. Had some nice footage of it. Look how milky the air is today. Air's so milky. It's a beautiful day. I thought it was going to be entirely overcast, but blue sky over there, overcast over there, milky haze over there. It's really nice. It's very dry, which is what I like. Very dry. A dry winter day, even if it's cold, is better than a wet winter day. You just got to worry about the dry, icy winds freezing your ears off and your fingers and your face. Only a tiny bit of that today. It's bearable enough though. Yeah, he's Emmanuel Goldstein to the lefties. He's just a guy. It's that line from The Matrix. You see, he's just a man. And his supporters are just the American public and the communists who've weeded their way into institutions all over the world. Again, because we never defeated them in the 3 wars. The 3 big wars. World War II. Did you know the Berlin Wall was called the Antifa Wall? Korean War and Vietnam. We never finished the job. So they just went underground, and now they've come out and taken over everything. And it's the right's turn to go underground. And the moderates, like me, the centre, as always, are going to get it. Yeah. New things this year. I'm being a libertarian instead of a classical liberal, kind of a centrist. But I take too much from the right and left to call myself right or left, so I'm not. Apparently centrist is becoming some kind of dirty term. I think people have defined it completely wrong. I've got more walkers, dog walkers to avoid now. There's quite a few people out. Where was I? Oh yeah. People like AA on YouTube have, I think, incorrectly defined centrist. So, yeah, I like watching AA stuff. I was laughing at him the other day, looking at old footage of London. He seemed to be having some sort of porn-like addiction to watching images of ancient council estates. Don't know what that was all about. He calls himself a classical liberal, but I'd say he's like a tradcon. Like Sargon is a tradcon. But yeah, centrist is... I don't think centrist is this defined thing, this defined group of people. I think you might just be calling it that because lots of like socialists are pretending to call themselves centrists. You hear people talking online like Macron is a centrist or something. No, he's far left. Actually, he's more maybe moderate left. He's done some. There was the French attacks thing, let's say, recently, and he had a position on that which was really unexpected. But at the same time, he's been pro open borders policies and all this craziness that I don't know. Maybe he can't be defined as far left because he's being dragged maybe by his public to a slightly more moderate stance, but not really. He's still over there. Yeah. So centrist is more like when you strip bits out from the right and left in all sorts of orders, so no two centrists are alike. You just pick and choose the bits of the politics that actually make sense to you from either side, which I think results in a more moderate person. You're not being extreme. You can't be extreme right if you pull loads of things out of the left to use in your ideology. You can't be extreme left if you pull loads of things out of the right to use in your ideology. It's just not possible. It keeps you, I'll say, based, although some people disagree. It's based in the centre. There's wind now, and this camera does not handle wind on the mic. I don't know where the mic is. It's going to get noisy, so I wonder how much of this is usable. It's not strong wind, it's just a breeze, but this little tiny camera I'm using can't take it. There's some sunshine over there. Where is that? Standon Hill, I think. Let's get that down here, then maybe I'll come out again. Yes, Boris, I'll come out again. There's some customers like KBFers. They're very strong and very enthusiastic and happy every time you see them. They're the type of people we need, to be honest. Tons of them. There's another one who went to all the protests in London and Germany against lockdowns. Like a hippie-ish guy. It's pretty cool. I mean, I'm not a protesting type of person, so... But at this point, it's not really protests. It's kind of like the public rebelling against statism and the government. It's not even protesting, it's just every man for himself trying to get a semblance of freedom while the communists are taking over. Now, I remember what I was going to originally talk about. There are some houses back there. Well, I don't need to show you. There's lots of farmhouses out in the southwest. What are these people going to do, I wonder, when the far left come to take away their big houses? I already saw an article the other day, somewhere up in the north. I'm not quite sure who put it out. I think it was a newspaper or something, like a local newspaper, showing pictures of houses. Something like, people are not in a house, living inside their means. That's transparent communism. Just transparent. We want to take your property from you and redistribute it. And that's what the end goal is. We're going to try and kick everyone out the countryside. The rich billionaires at the top of communism, because it's a very hypocritical ideology, will take those houses and they will force everyone into the cities, smart cities, where they are very easily controlled, whether they like it or not. They may not take the houses forcibly, who knows. I think they're going to force people into their houses, not via physical force, but via taking away everything that the country dwellers use. They're going to shut down supermarkets. It's already started happening. They're going to disallow people they disagree with from obtaining food from shops. That is impacting me directly. And if Boris moves with Labour, as he has been doing every step of the way last year, and starts pushing against people with mask exemptions or anti-lockdown people, starts attacking them, treating them like the Jews in Germany were treated in the 1930s, as we will start to be treated, then well, things are going to get ugly, and they will slowly, bit by bit, they'll take away your electricity, they'll take away your ability to pay money to pay your bills for your house, so you'll have to heat your own water somehow with fire. That'll stop you going out into the countryside. And as I was watching Joshua Philipp last night, really good talk with Joshua Philipp on the thing I'd last watched. I can't remember what the title of the video was. Something in DC, emergency in DC, emergency declared in DC, something like that. He did a live stream. Josh Philipp said, they will crush your hope. Like 1984 was a very prescient book, and he goes into how Orwell wasn't a true socialist. And I think in many ways H.G. Wells wasn't a true socialist, because he was a socialist before anyone knew what socialism would do in the 1800s. And Orwell goes about INSOC, the English socialists, which is what we have now. I'm thinking of doing an audiobook of that book, and how they crush you down until you have no hope, and that's how they get you. But he was also talking about he'd a lot of accounts torture, what do you call them? Well, prisons where they torture you and try to, like gulags, I guess, where they crush you down. And how he's read accounts of the prisoners that survived saying, you know, the prison guards torture everyone and almost killed them. They couldn't take away their hope, and they couldn't break their spirits. Make eye contact with the guards that were beating them, slashing them. And some of them made it out with these accounts, but a lot of people just died that way. But they never took away that spirit. My hand is actually becoming like ice holding this. It's holding the camera like that. Coat is on. Arm was iced. It was the wind chill that makes a difference when you get up on the high hill, so it's still not that bad of a day. It's still a warm winter's day, but yeah, walking on the hill with your arm raised with a camera in it made of metal conducting the heat away, it's gonna make your arm cold in the wind chill, even if the air's not bad. Yeah, they'll try and torture you and break your spirits. You just got to keep your principles. Anyway, that's what Josh Philipp was saying. Yeah. Make no mistake, they're coming for your home, your house, and they're going to take it from you. They're going to try and take it from you one way or another. Unless people fight back and stand up, which I haven't seen enough people doing. So I think we're heading for, if we're not heading for war, we're heading for slavery. That's what's in store for us now, as 2021 begins. So, be a carpet shark, or something like that. Be an Anne Frank. I haven't seen any moorland patrols so far. I don't want to jinx it. I haven't seen any helicopters or horseback police. Not police. There's no police. There's no police force in the UK anymore. There are state officers, government officers. So, I haven't seen any state officers. I think what they're doing is going over the roads. So it's about people who take their car and they park out on the moor to walk deeper into it. So, I haven't seen anything except I assume they're doing that with police cars, state cars, government cars. So, I think if you just walked out into the countryside and did not drive there, you could get really far and have your freedom, and it'd be quite difficult to stop you. I've often thought about what it'd be like to have wars fought on Dartmoor National Park or any of the national parks. I'm not sure how big other national parks are compared to Dartmoor. I think the Scottish Highlands is massive, but I don't know about any of the other ones. And I think if someone wanted to start a war on Dartmoor National Park, that would be very, very difficult to keep going. Very difficult. There's so many, as someone who knows the moor really well, there's so many things you could do to stop people just by navigation. So it'd be, I don't know, if there was something like that, I don't know how it'd happen, because England doesn't have 2A rights. I don't know if you've noticed, which as a newly formed libertarian, like last year, I completely understood the American gun laws and gun rights and castle doctrine and all that. I understood. And I understood why the government should be shrunk to nothing, and why it should fear its people, and why it should be doing barely anything at all, just keeping things running in a very basic, restricted way, where the government is on check by the public. Yeah. So all we need is Wild West 2.0. That's the only way that this dark age is going to end. Wild West 2.0. Yeah, rant over, I guess. Thank you for watching, if you could hear any of it.